Today's workout is called Whirlwind. It's an Amrap of 15 minutes. Amrap just means as many rounds and reps as possible in 15 minutes. So one round is 10 strict press, 15 Russian swings, 20 ab mat sit-ups. So let's say by the time the 15 minutes are over, you complete 4 rounds and then you're on your 5th round and you only get to 7 Russian swings. So you would just say it's 4 rounds plus the 10 strict press plus the 7 Russian swings, so it'd be 4 plus 17. So that's how you keep track of your score for the workout. A couple things for our equipment. I will be demoing with a few different objects for the movements because some of you may not have a barbell or a dumbbell or a kettlebell for the strict press and the Russian swings. So I'll be demoing with a few different objects just to give you an idea of how it's performed. And then for the ab mat sit-ups, if you don't have an ab mat, you can use a towel or a blanket for your lower back. You'll see what I mean when I demo. Another thing is when I'm demoing, I may complete the movement slower, but that's just because I want to point out certain performance points of the movements.
To do the things you do. I know you've been conditioned to think the way you do. But it's hard to come out of sleep and reclaim your nationality. He chose you, yeah, he chose you. And before he created all these nations, he chose you, oh yeah, he chose you, oh yeah. And that is why, oh yes, the Lord chose you. You gotta keep his laws in the faith of his son. The black
Jello Beats, holla at me.
Jesse Jackson trying to get paid. Y'all know we been cooning since the 5th grade. All our people out here sleeping, living in the days. We trying to teach them, trying to rearrange their mind frames. Out here with these scriptures trying to wake you and your mama. Brothers in the street, and these heathens didn't go to trial. Are you kidding me? This is of the Lord. He just showing you your enemies. Esau the devil, he ain't who that he pretend to be. Jake rioted tore the city up. The Israelites, you gon' need a telescope. Your pastor is a coon. He don't know the scriptures, no. Breath smell like swine. He gon' need to gargle him some scope. Al Sharpton out here trying to get paid. Y'all know we been cooning since the 5th grade. All these fake black leaders do the same thing. Obama lied. He ain't take the damn thing. Gone.
Guys. All right, please comment below and let me know what you thought of the workout today, Whirlwind. Hopefully you're nice and sweaty and you got a good workout in. I do recommend foam rolling or stretching after you work out. It helps you recover quicker and sleep better at night. So that's just a little tip from you. But that is not the health tip today. So the health tip for today is actually learning how to rely on yourself for your own food. So in other words, gardening. Especially what's going on in the world today. I mean, this is all biblical. Everything with the coronavirus and the government and Esau and throughout time and throughout history, what they have done to our ancestors and our forefathers. They have stripped pretty much almost everything from us, and we need to go back to our roots and back to what our forefathers did. So I'll give you an example. I actually have a friend, and I'll actually put her Instagram below. And her husband, they do what I do, which is awesome, and it's gardening. We're keeping or growing whatever we use a lot. I'll give an example. I have some tomatoes, I have squash, I have eggplant, I have my chili peppers, and some other stuff. But the importance of growing and relying on yourself versus going down to Walmart or your local store to get produce. It actually helps you save a lot more money in the long run. And here's an example. Let's say me and my friend, say, I have my chili peppers, and say she has avocados and she has squash, but I don't have that. Well, it'd be like, hey, I know you've been wanting some of my onions and my chili peppers, and I want some of your avocados. Why don't we swap? Easy, done like that. So we need to learn how to network and connect with each other and work on each other that way versus relying on these corporations that run the world and that have actually stopped local farmers as well for providing good quality food. And guaranteed when you're gardening your own stuff, it's gonna be a lot better quality wise. And it's gonna taste so much better. You're gonna notice the difference because you don't know what they do to that food you get at Walmart or whatever store you have, depending what state you live in. They do a lot of messed up stuff. Now they're making fake meat, lab-grown meat, so you can't rely on, are you really eating chicken or are you really eating beef? What is it that you're eating? So people really need to think about this stuff, especially with all the stuff that they're going on and how they're putting fear into people. So that's my little tip for today. The health tip is start gardening, start relying on yourself for things that you use a lot of, all right? Network with local people, especially if they grow other things, or say people that actually have lamb, or they have chickens and you don't have chickens, or say you don't have the space, you live in an apartment but you want to buy chickens. Maybe you should go to them to get chickens instead of buying the chicken at the store around the corner. The scripture for today, and I'm actually going to read it to you because it's just 3 verses, but it's for anyone who wants to know whether we should be vegan or not eat meat. I know that's very controversial in today's society. There's always people who are for veganism or not eating meat. But remember, the Bible has all the answers. And I don't know if any of you guys read these verses, but remember, it's not about what I think or what you think. We're supposed to be reading the Bible line upon line, precept upon precept. So I want to share this, a few of these verses, and I'll read them to you today. And I'll just leave it at that. All right? So you're going to go to 1 Timothy, and it's 4:1-3. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in the later times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, forbidding to marry, and commanding to abstain from meats, which God hath created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth. So, go ahead and look that up. It's 1 Timothy 4:1-3. What else did I want to mention? Oh, this next week I'm planning to post a mobility video, and for those of you who don't know what mobility is, it stretches and exercises to help the fluid in your joints, and it's something more relaxing instead of fast-paced like this. So a lot of athletes like to do mobility to help recover quicker, to sleep better, to help their muscles relax and get stretched out and not be as tense. So I plan on doing that in this next week, and I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to follow my Instagram at Issachar Pretty. And what else I wanted to say? Please comment below and let me know if you have any tips on gardening as well, just of what has worked for you. All right, shalom, sisters.